Hello everybody, how are you all doing? Welcome back to Man City Unplugged, your very own Man City fan channel. The media are at it again. They're just ringing bells onto the ears of our City fans. They're just waiting for that moment when the transfer window opens and when we can jump on these City fans. They never want us to celebrate things, enjoy. When we won the Premier League title, you know what was the majority of media's reaction? Liverpool had a better season than us. They were like talking about, in terms of a moral sense, emotional sense, all of those things. They were showing that these many Liverpool fans attended the parade and all of that. I mean, we bloody won the Premier League title, and the media and the media are just prizing Liverpool so much. I don't have any problem with the media prizing Liverpool, but they're prizing Liverpool at the extent of mocking us. And that's continued throughout the season. In the title race last season, and Pep was always right. People were telling Pep wanted to put pressure on Klopp. Pep wanted to hype up the title race, all of that. Even towards the fag end of the season, the title race, the media were like, they were telling why Liverpool deserved to win it more, why Liverpool should be worthy of winning a quadruple. And some pundits, I don't know how shameless they can be, but some pundits were also telling that, in fact, it's the authority of Liverpool to win the quadruple. You should allow Liverpool to win the quadruple. Like to see Liverpool to win the quadruple. That's what a lot of pundits were telling. I don't understand how they can even become pundits, because if you're a pundit, you should generally be fair, right? Okay, you have a little bit of bias towards your favorite club, but this is just this is just ultimate bias. And you can see Liverpool completed the transfer of Darwin Nunez today, and you see this is what the Sun has written. No kid on the block. Nunez does not have Haaland's pedigree, but his Liverpool transfer makes more sense than the Norwegians' Man City move. And when City got Haaland, when it was all confirmed that we reached an agreement with Haaland and we were ready to pay the release clause of Borussia Dortmund, you know what was the media's reaction? That the media were like, first thing is, do City need a striker? They're just showing off their riches. But the second and the thing that really hit me the most about the media bias, where they were telling we overpaid for Haaland. 60 million pounds plus almost 40-45 in his salary, 100 million pounds is an overpay for Haaland, it seems, and 100 million pounds for Darwin Nunez, and they don't count the salary here. Look at the other bias of the media. When calculating the cost of Haaland's transfer, they are like calculating even his wages, the agent fees, how much we paid to his father, how much we paid to this, that, everything, and they're coming out with that figure of 100 million pounds when the release clause was just 60 million pounds. And for Darwin Nunes, his release clause itself is, I mean, the transfer fee itself, which Liverpool paid for Darwin Nunez, is 80 million plus 20 million pounds add-ons, right? 100 million pounds. That the media is not including the wages there. What kind of a stupid bias is that? What kind of idiocy is that? I don't understand. And Pep was right all through that all of the media, the major, I would not say all, but the majority of the media in this country wants Liverpool to win the title. The majority of the media in the country wants Liverpool to do well. And Pep said a very important statement. He said that, I think this was 2 years ago, when we were on the cusp of the Champions League ban for 2 years, and that project was almost at the cusp of collapsing. Pep said one thing: I still don't forget which teams voted against us, which teams wanted us to be removed out of the Champions League. Liverpool, Manchester United, Juventus, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Barcelona. I mean, Pep was talking there about the elitist mentality, but that statement really struck me, that I won't forget which teams wanted us get banned out of the Champions League, which teams voted against us. That was a huge statement which Pep made before the title race, and that really had an impact on the players a little bit in terms of prepping up that intensity and stuff. It must have had a bit of impact, but the thing here is that elitist thing, because when we were just coming through all the elite clubs, by the way of UEFA, they tried to put pressure on the Premier League. Somehow they did not want us to join that close community. That the problem is with your Bayern Munich, with your Juventus, with your Manchester United, Liverpool, Arsenal, all these elite clubs. They want they were actually taking football towards a franchise type of model, a closed doors type of model, where we are the 8 9 clubs that will be a regular winners of the Champions League, and we are the 3 4 clubs, 2 3 clubs who will compete for the Premier League title. And City were an outsider. We were always outsiders for them. Even to this day, they don't shirk away from any opportunity at throwing arms at us, at really coming to blows with us. They point out that our financials are not good enough. They point out that we cook the books and all. Tell me which business is there in the world which shows profits when there are losses? It's just all idiotic claims by these clubs telling that City cook the books. When we are showing clear accounts, UEFA verified it, everybody verified it. It's just the elitist mentality, guys. Remember that these elites don't want us to ruin their party. They want only these old so-called traditional clubs to compete for the highest honors. And this Darwin Nunez transfer, and then in the media, the reaction of the media to this Darwin Nunez transfer is a primary example. It's almost, we have had a more successful season than Liverpool. No one will agree. They will come to argue, especially these media houses and all. That's fine. But they should draw a line somewhere, right? You can't just keep on favoring Liverpool all the while. When will this elitist thing end? That's what really angers me. I think that is why I want us to have another era of domination of the Premier Leagues. Let them show that an outsider has come and conquered your trophy. Bloody Liverpool have won just one Premier League in the last 25 years, and they act like they're one of the biggest clubs in terms of achieving trophies and all of that. I mean, Pep was so right. When he said that, I was like, okay, the media is favoring Liverpool, but wait, hasn't Pep gone a bit across the line? But seeing this reaction to the Darwin Nunez transfer, it's almost like it's almost become we against the world all of a sudden. We against all of those elite clubs. This is one of the other reasons why I want us to win the Champions League as well. It will shut people up for once and for all. You know what people are, what these media houses claim to say? Okay, well, City have won the Premier League title, but they have spent the money as well. I mean, in 2008-9, when City were taken over, what was the difference in revenue between United and City? What was the difference in revenue between Liverpool and City? We were not anywhere there, right? And these media houses talk about, the pundits talk about organic growth. You have to organically grow and compete with the elite clubs. Please, guys, organic growth? Bullshit. See, we go on the path of organic growth, and we produce young players. Phil Foden, right? And money is not there in the club. A United, a Liverpool who snatch away Phil Foden from us. How do you expect the club to grow when the financial barrage is so much and money is not there in the club? That is the reason why you should understand the financial injection was needed in that 2008-9. From then on, when we were taken over, Sandy and says, "Are we going to win next the Premier League?" Sandy, I was kind of sure that we are going to do well, we are going to compete for the title. But now, seeing all this media crap, I want us to wrap up the Premier League titles in the next 3 4 seasons. I want us to go on an era of domination. I want us to show that we can do it both ways. We can develop a project by the financial injection of cash, and as well as we can develop youth, because these people will have to shut up in the next 3 4 5 years, because what is going to happen is our academy is going to come up, and we are going to get players from the academy coming through. Then they can't argue about spending so much, right? Liverpool spend this much. They say it's the money earned by Liverpool. City spend this much. It's like owner is paying out of the pocket. Guys, who is at the top of the revenue list? City and Manchester United are almost equal at the top of the revenues earned. I think City has overtaken United at the top of the revenues earned due to COVID last season. So we are earning our revenue, and we are spending. Okay, we have spent £100 million on Haaland, including his wages, right? But then we are going to sell Gabriel Jesus for 50. If an offer comes, we are going to sell Sterling for 40. It's a recoup, right? The media will not talk about that. Sandy Andy says City has best youth talent. It's the golden generation, Sandy. If we are a little bit careful on how we bring on the youth, the class of 99, what Alex Ferguson did with United, what Pep Guardiola did by promoting Busquets, Pedro, all of them from La Masia, we are going to see that from City's academy. See, Sandy, so many youth players, Liam Delap, Cole Palmer, James McCarthy, Samuel Edozie, Romeo Lavia, already Phil Foden has come through. Luca MBT, CJ Egan Riley, Oscar Bob. I've already counted 9. And the goalkeeper out there is also very good. I don't know his name. So already on my fingertips as well I have 10. And the people who are ready to break through are Liam Delap, Romeo Lavia, McCarthy and Cole Palmer. And 4 people in the youth are ready to break through as well. So all of this nonsense, spin by the media that we don't earn our money, we inflate sponsorship deals. Which business will show high sponsorship deals and pay a higher tax in this world? Just let me tell you, when you're getting losses, which business will show a higher income and pay tax on top of that? It's all just stupid bias. I actually want to crack the Champions League along with the Premier League as well, because that will be a dent to this elitist mentality. That will just be a huge signal that we have conquered the Premier League and now we will conquer the Champions League. I think in the next 4 or 5 seasons, I guess I predict us to win at least 3 Champions Leagues and 3 to 4 Premier Leagues. I guess we will overtake Arsenal's record and get close to United's record as well in the next half a decade or so. But yeah, Sandy, like you said, the youth talent is going to be very important. And also another important thing is, I just realized that I was thinking about something and I realized that we need to replace Rodri. We need a backup for Rodri. My God, not replace Rodri. Sandy says, I want to see Messi in City after his exit from PSG. It will help our club. Do you think, Sandy, it will help our club? Because when Messi was coming 2 seasons back as well, I didn't want him to come at that stage because it would actually hamper the development of Phil Foden. And right now as well, if Messi comes, I think it would hamper the development of James McCarthy, someone like a Cole Palmer. I think this is one of the choice which we need to really make. Do you bring, if for example Messi is available, do you bring Messi in so that you can win 1 or 2 Champions Leagues because Messi is really good enough at this stage to make a difference in those competitions? Or do you promote your youth products, because Messi coming in will definitely be a hindrance in that playing time to youth and all of those things. So and also, can Messi be able to press in the way Guardiola demands at this stage, especially 2 years away from the high level football, because he's playing in a farmers league, in French league, let's be honest. So can Messi play according to the demands of Pep Guardiola? I don't think so. And also I fear that if we bring Messi in, won't it be almost like a Cristiano Ronaldo problem at United? The problem is not goal scoring with Ronaldo at United. It's about pressing. It's about the high press, playing to the tempo of the team, and all of that. If you look at Ronaldo, he doesn't give you anything if he doesn't score goals. And Pep doesn't, and we cannot afford to play in that way in our system. Because if we play in that way, our entire structure collapses. And another thing is, Sandy, another thing is, if Messi comes, which position will he occupy? Because we've got Haaland and we know Messi likes to play in that small pocket of space between the striker and the attacking midfielder. So De Bruyne will play there. So De Bruyne generally plays there for us. So I think it would, and we are thinking about bringing Foden to play in the midfield. So it will just hamper our system, I think. So I don't think Messi right now is a good idea. Yes, it will be good idea in terms of the experience he can share to the youth for 1 year, like Lampard did. Lampard came for 1 year before he went off to MLS. I think Messi coming off for 1 year, maybe starting few games, important games, sharing that knowledge with the youth. Remember, Phil Foden had David Silva with him, Phil Foden had around him, Aguero around him, Duprana around him in his developmental phase. So that in that way, Messi will be helpful. Yeah, and I was also talking about Rodri, right? I was just thinking about something and I realized that the World Cup is this season, right? And the season is going to close for in November sort of time, and then again reopen after 1 week of the conclusion of the World Cup, something like that. So if you see, Rodri has almost played all of the games this season in the Premier League, Champions League, all of the competitions. He started all of the games with Spain. So next season as well, if he has to start all of them, play the World Cup, come back and start all of the matches, is it possible for Rodri? I fear Rodri could undergo a fatigue or something like that. The last thing we would want is Rodri to break down. Now Farna is not there, so Fernandinho is going out. Ilkay Gundogan back injury problems. I really think that Rodri's replacement should be a priority. Let me know in the comments below, who do you want to replace Rodri? What are your choices? I know Calvin Phillips is the number one choice, but you watch Calvin Phillips play. Do you think Calvin Phillips is an exact like to like replacement for Fernandinho? Personally, if you ask me, I think it has to be Matthews Nunez from. I think he plays for Sporting Lisbon. Yes, he plays for Sporting Lisbon. I think Matthews Nunez. I watch him play, and he has the tenacity. He has the courage to carry carry the ball. He has the courage to resist press and all of those things. I've watched him play defensively. I see Matthew Nunes as someone who replicates exactly what Fernandinho does. Attacking wise, he carries the ball as well as a Bernardo Silva. He's press resistant like a Bernardo Silva. He knows how to dribble out of wide spaces. He can wriggle out of them. So Matthews Nunes for me is an obvious choice. They're telling Calvin Phillips, but is it 60 million pounds for Calvin Phillips or 45 million pounds for Matthews Nunes? I see Matthews Nunes as being more of a Guardiola kind of a player who is not only adept defensively. You don't see Matthews Nunes making many tackles, but he is very good positional wise, better than Calvin Phillips. I know Calvin Phillips has played as a single DM in that Marcelo Bielsa system, but mark my words, Matthews Nunes. I've seen him play in a few matches on YouTube and stuff. I've seen his reels and stuff. But Matthews Nunes is someone whom I think he will fit like a glove fits a hand. That's how he'll fit. Matthews Nunes has to come, I think. Or Enzo Fernandez, I'm not a big fan. Enzo Fernandez is almost like another attacking midfielder, and we're already searching for place for James McAtee, for Jack Grealish to potentially play in the midfield, and Foden getting more exposure in the midfield. So Enzo Fernandez is not someone I would want, but Matthews Nunes, just keep an eye on him. Calvin Phillips or Matthews Nunes. Someone yesterday in the chat mentioned Jude Bellingham actually. Jude Bellingham, my God, he'll cost another 100 million pounds. But Jude Bellingham, I'm somehow not sure about him in terms of, doing what Pep Guardiola wants him to do in terms of resisting the press. He's done well in Bundesliga, but that doesn't always translate well to the Premier League, right? Okay, he's done well in the Championship, he's gone to the Bundesliga and all, but I don't know about Jude Bellingham. I would like Jude Bellingham to have another season in the Bundesliga when people know how to play against him. The analysts quite hatch plans against him and stuff. Maybe I would not. Maybe I would actually prefer Matthews Nunes over Jude Bellingham just because of that physicality combined with the dribbling strength. Matthews Nunes would provide exactly a Fernandinho like option for us. I'm in his favor over Calvin Phillips, but most of our fan base, they're actually confused Calvin Phillips or Matthews Nunes. But I think Matthews Nunes would be a better choice. So guys, this today, I mean Saturday, and see all of the news today was about this thing only, David Nunez and stuff, the Liverpool bias. The media just wanted something to challenge our transfer of Haaland, and they've got it. It will be interesting to see when the club will unveil Haaland and what sort of ceremony they'll organize for him. I think it will be interesting as well how they seek to promote Haaland on the social media and all of that. It's not just war on the field now, it's also just a war outside of the field on the social media and stuff as well between Nunez and Haaland. Interesting to see how both of these players turn out in terms of adapting to the Premier League. Not easy adapting to the Premier League and stuff. Only the very great players have been able to do that. But I mean, what the thing that is ridiculous for me here is people are telling Nunez is a better striker than Haaland. Fans of Liverpool, media outlets, pundits are telling David Nunez is a better striker than Haaland. That is ridiculous, man. Okay, you want to pump up Nunez compared to Haaland, that's fine. But why are you going into so much of this kind of a bias telling Nunez is a better striker than Haaland? Have you seen the ability of this guy Haaland in the way he moves, the way he finishes, the lethality in his finishing? Kwan is here. Hello, Kwan. Hope you're doing good. Nunez has half good season. Haha. Yes, if Nunez has half good season, then again the spin will continue, Kwan. The Liverpool fans will say new league. He has got to adapt. Haaland is a more experienced player in terms of playing in Europe numerous Champions Leagues compared to Nunez. Liverpool have spent less. City have a good midfield. They'll just find out reasons. You know what I've come to understand in the past few seasons is if you want to be the champion, if you want to win consistently and dominate in an era, you should not find excuses. You should take all the blows you suffer and move on. City didn't get Kane and we won the league without a striker this season. And what are Liverpool fans telling? Firmino has got old. Jota has got to adapt. In fact, if you see the spin this season, Liverpool fans are telling that Firmino is not has got old. Mane was suffering from that distraction. We didn't have a good enough striker to win the league, and you see their excuses. Champion teams never make any excuses. So it will be very interesting to see how this transfer will pan out, and I'm already very excited. I know I've been saying this in the last couple of shows, but I want the season to start bloody tomorrow. Let us just go with all our power and might. The only thing is get Cucurella, get a midfielder like Calvin Phillips or Matthews Nunez, and we are all set to go. We are all set to conquer everything this season. I guess Pep will be targeting all four trophies this season. The quadruple is on, guys, this season. I don't want to jinx it, but with the way our team is developing, why not for a quadruple this season? Anyway, guys, thank you so much for the comments. It was wonderful interacting with you all, and I hope you all have enjoyed the show, especially on a Saturday night. Kwang is there, lots of excuses, but we won the league. They did not let go. Exactly, Kong. I mean, apart from the excuses as well, and the pundits were telling, it seems that one of the pundit after match, he was telling that Liverpool has the authority to win the quadruple. It seems that is because by winning the quadruple, Liverpool will bring prestige to the Premier League. So let them go and win the Premier League. That's what a pundit said, that he wants Liverpool to win the Premier League because of this season. And he wasn't even a ex-Liverpool player. He was an ex-player of another club. So you can see the bitterness from inside of all of these elites. They don't want us to come into this close group. Sandy, what if we get Frankie de Jong? Sandy, that's really an interesting role, Frankie de Jong, because for us to get Frankie de Jong, I think we need to sell Bernardo Silva to Barcelona. That the only way Barcelona will let go of Frankie de Jong is, I think, if they get Bernardo Silva, or if they raise some money, or if we pay them 70 million pounds in cash. So those are the only two ways. But how I would love it, Sandy, for us to hijack that Frankie De Jong deal, and like they printed Tevez on that billboard, right? Welcome to Manchester. So you hijack Manchester United's Frankie De Jong deal, and then you put De Jong's poster and say, "Welcome to Manchester." Wow, that would just make my season. That would just be two blows in one season. Signing Haaland, blow to Liverpool, and doing that, because if United don't get Frankie De Jong, they're ruined. Ten Hag will probably resign or leave in a year. I mean, that would be awesome, Sandy, if we get Frankie De Jong. But honestly, do I want Bernardo Silva to leave? Because someone was asking comparison between De Jong and Bernardo Silva. I do think Bernardo Silva is not miles ahead, but he's the best box to box midfielder in the world right now. And De Jong is not at that level. I mean, 2 days back, I think when Portugal played another team, I don't seem to remember the name of the team in the Nations League, and Bernardo Silva provided two assists for Cancelo and someone else. He was just out of this world. So there's no way. The only fear I'm having this transfer window is Bernardo Silva leaving. Bernardo is better than Dion. His stamina is unreal. Exactly. The stamina and the courage as well. Kwang. I mean, when we played against Liverpool, the way Liverpool were pressing, it was almost a five press on Bernardo Silva. And yet Bernardo Silva was going back to our defenders and just receiving the ball under pressure. There was also a moment, I think, when we played them second time, Liverpool in the Premier League, that Bernardo Silva dribbled past five of his pressers, and then he turned defense into attack, and he provided a ball for Phil Foden, which Phil couldn't finish. So that is the essence of Bernardo Silva. He can pretty much do anything. I think Bernardo Silva, right from CDM to playing as a false nine. Quang says De Jong is good at passing and controlling the game, but Bernardo does everything, and defensively as well. I don't know how good Frankie De Jong is defensively. Frankie De Jong, I don't rate him as much defensively as I do Bernardo Silva. See, Bernardo Silva doesn't seem to have that physicality and stuff, but my God, the way he goes into challenges, Bernardo Silva, the way he wins second balls, the way he wins headers is unreal. Sometimes you're going to be asking, how is Bernardo Silva winning headers in the center of midfield alongside Rodri? This season there were games, especially against Liverpool, and there was a moment against Chelsea as well when Rodri also couldn't tolerate Liverpool's press, and he went back, and Bernardo stood there, withstanding Liverpool's press, winning those second balls and stuff. So it's just unreal. And also, guys, the love of the fans. Bernardo, the way we love Bernardo, I think it's just too much sadness that we'll experience if we see Bernardo Silva leave. I'm just like crossing my fingers, holding my hands together, and praying that Bernardo Silva doesn't leave this season, because if he leaves, I think it will be a break in this era of dominance. We cannot allow Bernardo Silva to just go away like this, because again, like Wang says, Frankie De Jong has to come in, adjust to the system. It will take time until the Liverpool gets stronger, they win the league. We are on an era of domination, and the last piece of jigsaw is Cucurella, guys. We got Haaland and Alvarez, it's Cucurella. We get him as a left back, and I think we are set for next 3, 4, 5 years to just go on and dominate things. So all the way, Bernardo over Frankie De Jong, all of the way. Anyway, guys, again, hope you have enjoyed this on a Saturday evening. What do you think of Real Madrid signing? Sandy says, Xiaomini, right, Sandy? £100 million for Xiaomini. No talk of that in the media. They have spent £70 million last season of Camavinga. No talk. Xiaomini is one of the best. Savamini is one of the best ball-winning midfielders in the whole of Europe. So I think Real Madrid are very, they've made really clever signings, I would say. They've been very wise in this transfer window, and also reports are coming out that now Real Madrid have not got Mbappe. They have £350 million to spend on their transfers. That is a lot, and they don't know where to spend on them. So they're spending 100 on Camavinga, and there is reports that Real Madrid want Raheem Sterling as well. So, and next season, even the Champions League will be a bit more tougher than this season, because there's talk of Zidane coming to PSG. So PSG will be a much better force. Barcelona will obviously improve with the signing of Lewandowski and all of them. So yeah, Bayern Munich will improve. Oh, it will be really tough. Europe will be tough. Sandy says, what do you think of Real Madrid signing? They're going to be better. They're already better, Sandy. They're already better right now. But you look at how they're transitioning that midfield. That is very wise, I think. See, right from Casemiro, Modric, Cruz to Camavinga, Shavamini, and I think they'll bring in a TM, or maybe a Freddy Valverde is going to play in that midfield. So you see, they've not lost that charm, they've not lost that aura of a Modric, Cruz, and a Casemiro, and still they've managed to transition these young players into the Champions League. Well, that is what I was talking about even yesterday, when before that as well. That the challenge is to be competitive at the highest level, and as well facilitate the introduction of youth players into the team. How many teams are gonna do that? There's an excuse that we have played youth, so we won't be able to compete with the highest teams. And Real Madrid have showed that this season that you can do that. Just compare Madrid's squad to our squad in the Champions League. Just compare Madrid's squad to PSG squad in the Champions League. They were in a transition. No one expected them. I think that is something which we can learn from Madrid, especially at City. How do you do that? Because we are coming to that sort of a phase. See, Fernandinho left, Gundogan is almost leaving in 2 years. De Bruyne will be slowly starting to lose his powers in 3 4 years. Mahrez is going in the next 2 years. So it's literally almost the backbone of the team is Walker will go. So it's almost the backbone of the team is just going. And how can Pep rebuild it? That will be another great challenge for Pep, because Pep has done it once. From that Centurions team to the team we are having now, David Silva, Aguero, Fernandinho, and stuff. Now this will be the second rebuild, so this will be interesting. That's why I say that Bernardo Silva staying is important. He's another player around whom we can. He's just 27, right? Him and Rodri. So around him we can rebuild the other attacking forays. So I really hope, guys, you have enjoyed this, and thank you so much for the discussion. Thank you so much for the comments, and I hope all of you guys are having a really good Saturday night. And just enjoy your time, guys, and I'll come back to you again tomorrow with again some interesting kind of things that are happening around city, and we'll have an interesting discussion like we have had tomorrow. Thank you so much, guys, again for the discussion in the comments. You guys are just awesome. You guys are wonderful. See you all again. Take care.